Hello, today we're going to be stripping and rebuilding a fork leg. It's a conventional fork leg with an inner cartridge. He's just removed the dust seal, first job to do. Then right underneath the dust seal is a circlip. The circlip actually holds the seal in place. We've already had a little bit of a dig at this, so he's just undoing the bottom Allen screw now, which holds the whole fork leg together. And then he will proceed to drain some of the oil out of the fork leg through this hole. It's best to do it like this because it stops all the oil from going all over the floor and everywhere else. It's quite a dirty job. He's just pulled the fork apart now, because once you've got rid of the circlip, it will just pop apart, which it's done. So now he's removing the seal, and that's the spacer washer. That's bushing, it's called, and the idea of that is just to retain the leg straight and the fork runs on it properly. Just undoing the top cap now, and this will allow him to get down towards the inner cartridge. There's the inner cartridge there. He'll put the top half of the fork leg to the side, and he needs to pull that apart. So this of course is also full of oil. This fork job is a measurement of oil as its capacity. So it's so many mil from the top, generally about 170. So as you go on, you'll see that he will do different things as he goes along. So now he's removed the top bit. That rod goes all the way down to the bottom to adjust the preload and dampening. And now he has just the inner cartridge in his hand, which he's going to pump the oil out of. As you can see, it's going onto his hand a bit, which being a mechanic, they just love getting oil on themselves, I can tell you. So he's turned it up the other way, and he will bleed it through there till he gets it all out. Then he will go ahead and clean it all from there, which of course he's done, and we'll have the roundabout job of putting it all back together. So there he slides the first bit in, that'll go right down, that'll come out through the bottom. Then he will slide the fork together, which he's done, and he's putting the seal in. Then there's a retaining washer that goes in after the seal, and then the bush went in first, then the retaining washer. Now the seal's going on, and there goes a little plastic bag to go over the top of the fork leg. This just stops the fork leg catching the seal at all and damaging it before it starts, and then it pops on. He removes the plastic bag. It's done. So then from there he gets a fork seal slide hammer, which he will use to put that in. So you see he's just giving a little bit of a tap now, and down it'll go. And then he'll put the retaining circlip back in, which holds the whole thing together. So that goes into there. A little screwdriver just to make sure he pops it in properly on both sides. You can hear it click in then, or see it click in, and he's got that bit actually done. So now he'll insert the dust seal, which sits on top of the whole thing. Give it a little tap down, just slight tap. There he is. He's in place, no problems at all. Now he's got to put this back together, then pull it apart. Might seem a bit silly, but this is the easiest way to do it. So he's supposed to put the spring in, the washer, then the spacer goes in. Then he's got to get that rod down into the centerpiece. Can be a little bit tricky at times, but you do a lot of forks, you get very good at guessing where the hole is down there, a foot inside. There he is. He's got it straight away. So now he's going to screw that together. Just temporary. It's not a proper fix. Just got it on far enough, then he can put it down, and this will allow him then to reinsert the Allen bolt in the bottom of the fork leg, which holds the bottom section together. So now he's got hold of it at the top with the circlip, and the bottom now is in there. So he'll just tighten that up. There he goes. Now he will go. Some people might see it as a backwards move, but it's not. It's the easiest and the correct way to do it. And he will just quickly undo the top, remove all the bits and pieces that he doesn't need, because he doesn't need any of this for oil measurement. He needs it if he was doing it differently as to a fluid level, a fluid amount. You would probably have a different situation, but he's tipped all the oil in that he thinks he needs, thereabouts, plus a little bit extra. and he will get a moving the fork leg up and down. This will put all the oil into the outer casing and get rid of all the air bubbles so you can get the correct level. Use a special little tool now where it will go down into the center, hook onto the inner tube, and you can pull the inner tube up, pump the tube up and down. This will fill the center cartridge up with oil, making sure that there's no air anywhere. As you can see, it's getting a little bit stiffer as it's going along, as it's pumped all the air out, and this will allow him to get on to the next section where he will be able to set his level. So he'll unscrew that, take it off. Okay, now he's got a very large mechanical syringe specifically designed for the job, which is set at a certain height, so he will just keep pulling that up till it starts to suck air. Then he knows exactly how far down the tube the oil is. So, and of course each bike varies, and you find out the required amounts through your manual, and away you go. So now he's going to put the springs back in. So looks like a progressive fork spring, so he'll put the tidy bit down the bottom where it's all tight and it's up top's quite loose. Now he'll use the tool again to get in there and rescue the center section and pull it up. And there's a little can put the spacer in next, and he's got a little clip he can put into there which holds it all together, which allows him to undo the top. There it is. You see now it's all just sitting there. Now he needs to put the rod back in through the center. He's going to be careful when he inserts that because that's now full of oil. So now he can screw it on. Making sure it's in the same position as when he pulled it apart. If not, you have to preset it again from square one. So tighten it up. He'll be happy with that. Slide it all together. Now he'll be doing the top up properly. Voila. Job finished.